My name is Emily. I live alone in a big city. On a rainy Tuesday, I heard a cry. My life changed forever. I found a baby on my doorstep. I asked myself, whose baby is this? I am 25 years old. I am an adult. I work in a big office building. My job is simple. I sit at a desk. I type on a computer. I answer the telephone. I work hard every day. I go to work early in the morning. I come home late in the evening. My life before that Tuesday was very quiet. I liked my quiet life. I lived in a small house. The house had a red door. It had a small garden. I lived alone. I had no husband. I had no children. I had no pets. It was just me. Every day was the same. I woke up at 7 o'clock. I drank coffee. I ate bread. I put on my coat. I walked to the bus stop. I rode the bus to work. After work, I rode the bus home. I made dinner. I read a book. I went to sleep. It was a simple life. It was an easy life. I was happy. But sometimes I felt a little lonely. Do you know that feeling? You are happy, but your house is very quiet. No one says good morning. No one says good night. You are just alone. Maybe you feel that too sometimes. It is okay to feel lonely. Then everything changed. It was a Tuesday. It was November. The weather was very bad. It was cold. The sky was dark gray. It rained all day. The rain was heavy. I left my office at 5 o'clock. I walked to the bus stop. I held my umbrella. The wind blew hard. My umbrella shook. My hands were cold. My feet were wet. I waited for the bus. The bus was late. I was very tired. I wanted to go home. I wanted to drink hot tea. I wanted to sit in my warm chair. Finally, the bus came. I got on the bus. I sat down. I looked out the window. The city was wet. The lights were bright. The bus stopped near my house. I got off the bus. I walked down my street. My street was empty. No one was outside. Everyone was inside their warm houses. I walked to my small house. I walked to my red door. I looked for my keys. My keys were in my bag. Then I heard a sound. It was a small sound. It was very quiet. I stopped. I listened. I heard it again. Why? What was that? I looked around. Was it a cat? Sometimes street cats came to my garden. Was it a bird? The sound came from the ground. It came from near my feet. I looked down. I saw a basket. It was a brown basket. It was on my doorstep. It was getting wet in the rain. I was surprised. I did not order a basket. Did someone leave a package for me? I bent down. I looked inside the basket. There was a blue blanket. The blanket was moving. The sound came from the blanket. Why? I pulled the blanket back. I gasped. I put my hand over my mouth. It was a baby. I found a baby on my doorstep. I could not believe it. I closed my eyes. I opened them again. The baby was still there. It was not a dream. It was real. The baby was very small. His eyes were closed. His face was red. He was crying. He was cold. The rain was falling on his basket. I panicked. I did not know what to do. I looked up and down the street. I looked for a person. I looked for a mother. I looked for a father. I shouted, "Hello? Is anyone there?" There was no answer. Only the sound of the rain. Only the wind. I was completely alone with this baby. I looked at the baby again. I asked myself, whose baby is this? Why is he here? Why is he at my house? I saw a white piece of paper in the basket. It was a note. The paper was wet. The writing was hard to read. I picked up the paper. I read the words. The note said, "Please love him. I cannot." That was all. No name, no address. Just those 5 words. Please love him. I cannot. My heart felt heavy. I felt very sad. The mother could not keep her baby. She was desperate. She was afraid. She left him at my door. The baby cried louder. His little hands moved. He was freezing. I could not leave him outside. He would die in the cold rain. I had to help him. I found my keys. I opened my red door. I picked up the brown basket. It was heavy. I carried it inside my house. I closed the door. I locked the door. The loud sound of the wind stopped. It was quiet inside. I put the basket on my kitchen table. I took off my wet coat. I took off my wet shoes. I washed my hands. My hands were shaking. I was very scared. Have you ever been very scared? Have you ever had a big surprise? I did not know anything about babies. I only knew about office work and quiet evenings. I looked into the basket. I gently took the baby out of the basket. I held him in my arms. He was so light. He was wrapped in the blue blanket. His clothes were a little wet. I carried him to my living room. I turned on the heater. I wanted to make the room warm. I sat on my sofa. I held the baby close to my chest. I wanted to give him my body heat. "It is okay," I whispered. "You are safe now. You are warm now." The baby heard my voice. He stopped crying. He opened his eyes. His eyes were big and dark. He looked at me. He looked at my face. In that moment, a strange feeling came over me. A very strong feeling. I felt love. It was sudden. It was fast. He was a stranger. He was not my baby. But I wanted to protect him. I wanted to keep him safe. But I was still scared. What do babies need? They need milk. They need clean diapers. They need sleep. I had none of these things. My house had coffee and bread. My house had books. My house had no baby things. I looked inside the brown basket again. I searched under the blanket. I found one small bottle of milk. It was cold. I found 2 clean diapers. That was all. I took the bottle of milk. I went to the kitchen. I put the bottle in warm water. I waited. The milk became warm. I tested the milk on my hand. It was good. I went back to the baby. I put the bottle to his mouth. He was very hungry. He drank the milk very fast. He made small, happy sounds. I smiled. I felt a little proud. I was doing a good job. After he drank the milk, he was sleepy. His eyes closed. His breathing became slow and quiet. He fell asleep in my arms. I sat on the sofa for a long time. I did not move. I did not want to wake him up. I watched his small chest go up and down. I touched his soft hair. It was dark brown. The night came. It was dark outside. The rain continued to fall. I did not go to my bed. I stayed on the sofa. I held the baby all night. I could not sleep. My mind was full of thoughts. Whose baby is this? Where is his mother? Will she come back? What will happen tomorrow? I was worried. I was confused. But I was not lonely. For the first time in a long time, my quiet house felt full. Morning came. The sun rose. The rain stopped. The sky was blue. The baby woke up. He started to cry again. He was wet. I needed to change his diaper. I took one of the diapers from the basket. I put the baby on a soft towel on the floor. I took off his wet diaper. I was very clumsy. I did not know how to put the new diaper on. I tried my best. It was a little crooked, but it was clean. The baby was still crying. He was hungry again. But I had no more milk. The bottle was empty. I needed help. I could not do this alone. I thought about my neighbor. Her name was Mrs. Miller. Mrs. Miller was an old woman. She lived in the house next to mine. She was very kind. She had grown children. She had grandchildren. She knew about babies. I wrapped the baby in the blue blanket. I held him tight. I walked out of my house. I walked to Mrs. Miller's house. I knocked on her door. Mrs. Miller opened the door. She wore a warm sweater. She had gray hair. She smiled at me. Then she looked at my arms. She saw the baby. Her eyes became very wide. "Emily," she asked, "whose baby is that?" "I do not know, Mrs. Miller," I said. My voice was shaking. "I found him on my doorstep last night, in a basket. He is hungry. I have no milk. Please, can you help me?" Mrs. Miller gasped. "Oh my goodness, come inside. Come inside quickly." I went into her house. Her house smelled like cookies and flowers. It was very warm. "Give him to me," she said gently. I gave her the baby. She held him perfectly. The baby stopped crying. He liked her arms. "He is beautiful," Mrs. Miller said. She looked at his face. "He is very young, maybe 2 or 3 months old." "He is hungry," I repeated. "I gave him the only bottle last night." Mrs. Miller nodded. "Do not worry. My daughter visits me with her baby. I have baby formula in my kitchen. I have clean bottles. Sit down, Emily. You look very tired." I sat down on her chair. I felt a tear fall from my eye. I was so tired. I was so stressed. Mrs. Miller went to her kitchen. She made a fresh bottle of warm milk. She came back. She fed the baby. The baby drank eagerly. "Emily," Mrs. Miller said softly, "you must call the police. You cannot just keep a lost baby. His parents might be looking for him. Or maybe his mother is in trouble. The police need to know." I knew she was right, but I felt a sudden fear. The police will take him away, I thought. They will take him to a strange place. I will call them, I said, but I do not want him to go to a bad place. The police will do what is best, she said. Mrs. Miller gave me her telephone. I dialed the emergency number. A woman answered. Hello, I need help, I said. I found a baby on my doorstep, outside my house. The woman on the phone was surprised. She asked for my address. She asked for my name. She said, "Stay there. Officers are coming right now." I hung up the phone. I looked at the baby. He was full. He was smiling at Mrs. Miller. He had a beautiful smile. He had one small dimple on his cheek. 10 minutes later, a police car arrived. 2 police officers came to Mrs. Miller's door. One was a tall man. One was a short woman. They looked very serious. We invited them inside. They looked at the baby. You found him outside? The male officer asked. Yes, I said, in a brown basket, in the rain. Last night at 6 o'clock. Why did you wait until this morning to call us? The female officer asked. She looked a little angry. I was scared, I said honestly. I was in shock. The weather was very bad. I just wanted to make him warm. I am sorry. The female officer's face softened. It is okay. You kept him safe. You did a good thing. I told them everything. I told them about my walk home. The sound, the basket, the blue blanket, the note. Do you have the note? The tall officer asked. Yes, I said. I ran to my house. I got the wet note. I brought it back to the police. They read the note. Please love him. I cannot. The officers looked sad. This happens sometimes, the female officer said. Mothers get very desperate. They have no money. They have no help. They leave their babies at safe places. You have a nice house. Your street is safe. She probably watched you. She chose you. I was shocked. She chose me. She watched me. Maybe, the officer said. We will look around the neighborhood. We will ask questions. We need to find her. What happens to the baby now? I asked. My voice was very quiet. My heart was beating fast. I was afraid of the answer. Normally, we take the baby to the hospital, the tall officer said. A doctor checks the baby. Then, social services take the baby. They put him in a foster home, a temporary home. I looked at the baby. A temporary home. Strangers, moving from place to place. No, I did not want that for him. I took a deep breath. I stood up tall. Can he stay with me? I asked. The officers looked at me. Mrs. Miller looked at me. I found him, I said. I want to care for him, while you look for his mother. Can he stay at my house? The female officer thought for a moment. Are you a mother? Do you have a family here? No, I said. I live alone. But I have a good job. I can buy things. I can protect him. Please. He already knows me a little bit. He knows my voice. The officers talked quietly to each other. Then, the female officer made a phone call. She talked to a social worker. After a long time, she ended the phone call. She looked at me. "The social worker says it is highly unusual," the officer said. "But the baby is healthy. The hospitals are full. The foster homes are full right now. The social worker will come to your house this afternoon. She will check your house. If your house is safe, you can foster him for a few days. Just for a few days. Until we find the mother or a permanent family." I felt a huge wave of relief. I smiled broadly. Thank you so much." Mrs. Miller patted my back. "You have a lot of work to do, Emily," she laughed. The police officers left. I took the baby back to my house. Mrs. Miller came with me. In the afternoon, the social worker arrived. Her name was Brenda. She was very strict. She walked through my house. She checked the heating. She checked the water. She asked me many questions about my job and my life. "You need a crib," Brenda said. "You need baby clothes. You need baby food. You need a car seat. Do you have money for this?" "Yes," I said. "I have savings." "Okay," Brenda said. "You can keep him for now. I will come back in 3 days. The police will search for his mother. Do not leave town." Brenda left. I was alone with the baby again. I needed to go shopping. I needed so many things. I called my boss at the office. I said, "I have a family emergency. I cannot come to work this week." My boss was surprised, but he said okay. Mrs. Miller watched the baby. I took the bus to a big supermarket. The supermarket was huge. I went to the baby section. I was amazed. There were so many things: big diapers, small diapers, night diapers, day diapers, bottles of all shapes, milk powders, wet wipes, baby soap, baby lotion. I felt lost. What do I buy? A woman was walking next to me. She had a baby in a cart. I stopped her. "Excuse me," I said. "I am a new mother." "Well, a sudden mother. Can you help me? What are the best diapers for a very small baby?" The woman smiled warmly. She helped me. She showed me the right diapers. She showed me the best milk formula. She showed me soft clothes. I bought white shirts. I bought yellow pants. I bought tiny socks. I bought a small bed called a bassinet. My shopping cart was completely full. It cost a lot of money, but I did not care. I wanted the best for this baby. I took a taxi home. I carried all the bags inside. I set up the small bed next to my big bed. I washed his new clothes. I organized the diapers. That evening, I gave the baby a bath. I used the plastic baby tub. I used warm water. I used gentle soap. The baby liked the water. He kicked his legs. He splashed water on my face. I laughed out loud. My house was never loud. Now there was splashing and laughing. It was a wonderful sound. I dried him with a soft towel. I put a clean diaper on him. I put a new white shirt and yellow pants on him. He looked so handsome. He looked perfect. I sat in my rocking chair. I gave him a bottle of milk. He drank it all. He burped. Then He looked at me with his big brown eyes. You need a name, I told him. I cannot just call you the baby. The police do not know your name. The note had no name. I must give you a name. I thought for a long time. I thought about strong names. I thought about kind names. Leo, I said out loud. Leo means lion. It means brave. You are very brave. You slept in the cold rain. You are a little lion. The baby smiled at me. He showed his little dimple again. Leo it is, I said. Hello, Leo. The next few days were very hard. Being a mother is hard work. You can believe me. It is not easy. Leo woke up 3 times every night. He cried at 1:00 a.m. He cried at 3:00 a.m. He cried at 5:00 a.m. I had to get up. I was so sleepy. My eyes hurt. My back hurt. I walked around the room. I bounced him. I sang songs. I sang a simple song. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. I sang it over and over again. Slowly, he fell asleep. During the day, I washed bottles. I did laundry. Babies make a lot of dirty laundry. I talked to Leo. I told him about the world. I told him about the trees. I told him about my favorite books. He listened. He made small coo sounds. We became a team, Emily and Leo. 5 days passed. 1 week passed. The social worker, Brenda, came to check on us. She saw the clean house. She saw the nice bed. She saw Leo smiling. She was very happy. You are doing a great job, Emily, she said. But there was a problem. The police could not find Leo's mother. They asked people on the street. They looked at cameras, but they found nothing. It was like she was a ghost. What happens now? I asked Brenda. The police will keep looking, she said. But after a month, if no one claims him, he goes into the adoption system. A family will adopt him forever. A family, I asked, but I am his family. Brenda looked at me gently. Emily, you are single. You work full-time. Adoption is a long, hard process. You are only his foster mother right now. Do not get too attached. Do not get attached. It was too late for that. I loved Leo. I loved him with all my heart. When he cried, I felt sad. When he laughed, I felt joy. He was the best part of my life. I did not want to lose him. I wanted to be his real mother. I decided I needed to find his mother myself. I needed to know the truth. Every afternoon, I put Leo in a stroller. I walked around my city. I went to the park. I went to the bus station. I looked at everyone. I looked for a young woman. I looked for a sad woman. I put up small posters. I did not put Leo's picture. That was not safe. I put a picture of the brown basket. The poster said, "Did you leave this basket? I have him. He is safe. Please talk to me." I put my phone number. I waited. 1 week passed. 2 weeks passed. Leo grew bigger. He started to grab my fingers. He started to laugh louder. I started to think the mother would never come back. I started to think I could keep him forever. I talked to a lawyer. I asked how to adopt him. Then, on a Sunday morning, my phone rang. It was an unknown number. I answered it. "Hello," I said. There was silence on the other end. I heard someone breathing. I heard quiet crying. "Hello," I said again. "Who is this?" A weak voice spoke. A very young voice. The brown basket with the blue blanket. My heart stopped. My hand shook. "Yes, I have the basket. I have the baby. Who are you?" I am his mother," the voice said. She was crying very hard now. I felt a mix of emotions. I felt angry. How could she leave him in the rain? I felt sad for her. She sounded so young and broken. And I felt terrified. She was going to take Leo away from me. "Where are you?" I asked gently. "Please, do not hang up. I just want to talk. He is safe. He is happy. He is sleeping right now." "I am at the train station," she said. "I saw your poster. I wanted to leave the city. But I saw the picture. I miss him so much." "Come to my house," I said. "Please. I will pay for your taxi. Just come. We need to talk." I gave her my address. I waited. I was so nervous. I walked around the living room. I looked at Leo. He was sleeping peacefully in his small bed. He did not know his whole world was about to change. An hour later, there was a knock on my door. I opened the door. A young girl stood there. She was maybe 18 years old. She wore old, dirty clothes. Her shoes were broken. Her hair was messy. She was very thin. She looked pale and sick. "I am Anna," she whispered. "Come in, Anna," I said. I opened the door wide. Anna stepped inside. She looked around my clean, warm house. She started to cry again. "I am sorry," she sobbed. "I am so sorry. I am a bad person." "Sit down," I said. I led her to the sofa. I went to the kitchen. I poured her a glass of water. I brought her some warm bread. She ate the bread very fast. She was starving. When she finished eating, she looked at me. "Where is he?" "He is sleeping," I said. "I call him Leo." "Leo," she smiled through her tears. "That is a strong name. I never gave him a name. I just called him baby." "Tell me what happened, Anna," I asked gently. "Why did you leave him?" Anna looked at her hands. "I ran away from home last year. My family was very bad. They hurt me. I lived on the street. I met a boy. I thought he loved me. I got pregnant. When I told him, he ran away. He left me alone." She wiped her eyes. "I had the baby in a shelter, a place for homeless people. I tried to keep him, but I had no money. I could not buy milk. I could not buy diapers. We were sleeping on the cold ground. He was always crying. He was getting sick." She looked at me with desperate eyes. "I love him. I love him so much. That is why I left him. I walked past your house many times. I saw you through the window. You looked kind. Your house was warm. I wanted him to have a warm house. I wanted him to have a good mother. I could not be a good mother." I listened to her story. My anger disappeared. I only felt deep sadness. She was a child herself. She made a terrible choice, but she made it out of love. She wanted to save him. "Do you want him back?" I asked. My voice trembled. It was the hardest question of my life. If she said yes, I had to give him to her. Anna looked at the door of the bedroom. She stood up slowly. "Can I see him?" "Yes," I said. We walked into the bedroom. Leo was awake. He was looking at his hands. He saw us. He smiled his beautiful smile. Anna covered her mouth. She cried silently. She reached down. She touched his little hand. Leo held her finger. "He is so big," she whispered. "He is so clean. He looks happy." "He is a very good boy," I said. Anna stood there for a long time. She watched him. She cried. Then she turned to me. "I cannot take him," she said. "What?" I asked. "I cannot take him," she repeated. Her voice was strong now. "I still have no home. I still have no money. If I take him, we will go back to the cold streets. He will suffer. I want him to stay here, with you. You are his mother now." "Anna, you are his mother," I said. "We can get you help. There are programs. You can get a job. You do not have to lose him." "No," she shook her head. "I am broken. I need to fix myself first. I cannot raise a baby. I saw your poster. I came to say goodbye. I came to see if he was safe. Now I know he is safe. Now I can leave in peace." "You cannot just leave," I said. "The police are looking for you. You will be in trouble." "I will go to the police," Anna said. "I will tell them the truth. I will tell them I give him to you. Will you adopt him? Will you be his real mother forever?" I looked at Anna. I looked at Leo. My heart felt like it would burst with love. "Yes," I said. "I will adopt him. I will love him forever." Anna smiled. It was a beautiful smile. "Thank you, Emily. Thank you for saving him. Thank you for saving me." Anna kept her promise. We went to the police station together. The police were surprised. Anna told them everything. She signed papers. She gave up her rights as a mother. She said Emily is the mother now. Social services helped Anna. They put her in a special home for young women. She went back to school. She started to heal. And I started the adoption process. It was very long. It took many months. I had to fill out hundreds of papers. I had to go to court. I had to talk to a judge. But I did not care. I would do anything for Leo. Months passed. The cold winter turned into warm spring. The spring turned into hot summer. Leo learned to sit up. He learned to crawl. He crawled very fast across my living room floor. He learned to say his first word. His first word was Mama. He looked right at me and said it. Mama, I cried happy tears that day. Finally, the big day came. It was a Tuesday. Exactly 1 year after I found him on my doorstep. We went to the courthouse. I wore a nice dress. Leo wore a tiny suit. Mrs. Miller came with us. Even Anna came. Anna looked healthy and happy. We stood in front of the judge. The judge was an old man with a kind face. He looked at the papers. He looked down at me. Emily, Do you promise to love this child? Do you promise to protect him, feed him, and teach him? I do, I said loudly, with all my heart. The judge smiled. He hit his wooden hammer on the desk. It is official. Leo is now your son. Congratulations, Mom. Everyone clapped. Mrs. Miller hugged me. Anna hugged me. I picked up Leo. I kissed his warm cheek. He giggled and pulled my hair. We had a big party at my house. My quiet house was full of people. It was full of loud talking. It was full of laughing. It was full of music. My life is very different now. I am 27 years old. I am still a single mother. I still work hard. My days are not quiet anymore. There are toys all over my floor. There are dirty handprints on my walls. Sometimes I step on small plastic blocks, and it hurts a lot. I am often tired. Sometimes I worry if I am doing a good job. But I am never lonely. Never. When I wake up in the morning, Leo is there. He jumps on my bed. He yells, "Wake up, Mama. Time to play." We eat breakfast together. We sing songs. We go to the park. He runs in the grass. He chases butterflies. He is a strong, happy, brave little boy. Sometimes I look at my red door. I look at my doorstep. I remember that rainy Tuesday night. I remember the brown basket. I remember the cold, crying baby. I thought my life was perfect before. I thought an easy, quiet life was the best life. I was wrong. The hard things bring the most joy. The surprises bring the most love. Life can change in 1 second. You can find a surprise on your doorstep. You can find a new path. It might be scary. It might be hard. But do not close the door. Open the door. Open your heart. You are stronger than you think. You can do hard things. You can learn. You can grow. If you are scared of a big change, do not be. Step forward. Try your best. Ask for help when you need it. There are good people in the world. People like Mrs. Miller. People who want to help. Love is a choice. You can choose to love a stranger. You can choose to build a family. Family is not always blood. Family is the people who hold you when you cry. Family is the people who make you smile. I found a baby on my doorstep. I did not know whose baby he was. Now I know. He is my baby. He is my son. And I am the luckiest mother in the whole world.